Is anybody here? Carolyn knows, so don't think I'm sneaking on her. She knows. I said maybe nobody will come because they're all at the auction. We got 2 people. Say hi. Don't be afraid. We got 1 person. Come on now. Come on. Let's do some story time, people. Here we go. Hey, Tammy. Hey, Linda. You guys want to listen, or you just, who's here? Captain Lee. Yes, Carolyn knows. I asked her a few hours ago if she cared, and I don't want to go live when she's live because I don't get anybody. For one thing. The other thing, it's rude, because it's her channel that got me here. So, yeah. And she said, no, go ahead. I said, well, I probably won't get anybody anyway, but I'm just going to read, and if anybody comes, they come. Linda, you were selling a lot the other day. You didn't sell today, did you? You sold some stuff. I know. I saw. Okay, Tammy. You have some nice things you sold, too. Maybe you should have a sale with us. I've been missing you reading live. I kept having to catch replay. Okay, I'm going to read right now. Once I finish this, I'm almost done. I let Moo know. I think she's sleeping. Carolyn just messaged me. Let's see. Telling her I just went live. Okay. Hi, Shelly Ellis. Back and forth. Going to do more out of this magazine. Or wait, no. Because a lot of people are getting snow. We're going to go back to fun on a snowy day. Hi, Angie Brooks. Oh, wait, I may have read a lot of this one. Right, Captain Lee? I doubt it. Look at this. Old ads. Chest cold, Bengay, Alka-Seltzer, Smith Brothers cough drops. Hi, Henny. Oh, and look at this. It's Organa. Organa looks more like fur than fur itself. 1956. We have us a nice cozy little chat group going. You know what? I think I have read a lot in here. So we're going to go back to the home comforts one. Yes, honey. Smith Brothers, you didn't know that? Oh, yeah, definitely. Okay, here's where we ended. Remember the payments? 10 payments of $60 a month for a grand total of $600 for the purchase of that 19 Chevy. This is the payment book that he made for his father, I believe it was, and wrote down the payments. 1920 Chevy. Would have been a brand new car there. Yeah, Ben Gay. I've never heard of that on your chest. Right? And here's the city of Paterson, New Jersey. Anybody know where that is? I remember that from the New Jersey Housewives. They have a final bill, second half of taxes, 1957, third and fourth quarterly installments. How much was it? Total taxes, net evaluation, it says $49. That can't be right. Can it? Total tax 33908. The first half is, oh yeah, it would be $160.72, and then the second half $178. It's blurry again, my connection. Thanks, Captain. Hi, Geraldine Marmo. Has anybody seen Kevin? I hate him not being around. Hi, Lisa Thomas. I messaged him in Slack. He better freaking answer. Hi, Mark. Okay. Okay, it says, oh, and then here's the Niagara Mohawk Power Corporation. Their bill paid August 16th, 1957 for $5.58. Wow. It says just a trickle. This 1957 electric bill for $5.50 looks even tinier when you notice that it covers service for 2 months. The small receipt was kept all this time by Alice Nemitz, who still resides in Chattanooga, New York. Chittenango, New York. Hi, Video Reel. Really, Video Reel? When land wasn't taxing, the person listed on this tax bill at the right, Anna E. Cantwell, was my mother, who paid $339.08 in property taxes for 1957 in Paterson, New Jersey. As you can see, she paid quarterly. In later years, my mother and my mother-in-law became widowed, and both came to live with my husband, children, and me. My mother was with us for 25 years and my mother-in-law for 13 years. Thankfully, we all got along well. We had a one-room family house with 3 rooms on the second floor. We gave each mother a bedroom and made the third room into a living room with easy chairs and a black and white television. They had their programs that they loved, especially Lawrence Welk and Arthur Godfrey. How things have changed. Years ago, you automatically came to live with the children. No more. Thank the good Lord for all the senior activities. Evelyn Goodwin, Clifton, New Jersey. Hi, Frida Schnell. And this is property taxes, Lisa Thomas. Here's some more ads from the old days, it's called. Here's the attic seemed alive with people. And it's for Singer sewing machines. Hi. Oh, I said hi, Angie Brooks. I'll say it again anyway. I think, didn't I? And then 1929, learn dressmaking, earn at home. 1947, dot snappers kits, now in colors, laundry proof dot snappers, easy to attach to home sewing. Richly colored fasteners to match the clothes and slip covers you're making. And then Firestone, the prettiest patterns ever to catch your needle's eye. It's so easy to care for your goods of Firestone Velen. ASMR style. How do you do that? Just and of course Dave's TV is blaring. Here's some more. Excuse me. Sharon would like this. And then here's Unforgettable Fashions. We'll read some of that. Time of the Telegraph. My Aunt Pearl Mitchell Eaton, at far left in the picture, is pictured with her Western Union Telegraph Office staff in Las Vegas, New Mexico, circa 1930. I'll try to get, it's right here in my, I didn't say whisper, but okay. The two other names. I can't do the whispering. The two other names on the photo are Frank Sanchez and Justiano Martinez. They are listed as messengers, but I have no idea who they are in the picture. Remember those caps and tall boots worn by messengers? And I especially like the phrase on the window, don't write, telegraph. My aunt also taught school for a number of years around Gibbs, Missouri, where she and my father, Charles A. Mitchell, were born and raised. I can't do that. Here's a $5 coat. My oldest son, David, was born in March 1955 in our small Kentucky college town where his father was in school. When David was about 2.5 years old, I spied a pint-sized gray tweed overcoat, just like the ones the big boys wore, in a children's store. But the price was $15, and that was too much for a struggling couple with one child and twins on the way. I kept my eye on the coat, and one day it was marked down to half price, but I was still too uncertain about paying $7.50. Then, within a week, the coat sank to $5, so I splurged. Little did I know that after David outgrew the overcoat, 3 more sons would also wear it. Several of my grandsons wore the coat too, and now my great-grandsons are wearing it. David is pictured below with his grandson, Matthew Bennett of Beaufort, Georgia. I do believe when I got my money's worth, that I got my money's worth when I got that overcoat. And then the last one, and I'll show you the pictures right after. Yeah, I got them. It's one of the, that is a bot, Geraldine. Those are actual real bots that come in. I made it myself. When I was a junior in high school in 1937, our home economics teacher wanted us to sew a dress and pick out our own patterns. I still remember the dress I made. It was blue and white, and I was so proud of it I wore it for several years. Each girl had her picture taken in her creation. That's me at left. I'm sure I got a good grade, even though I had lots of help from my teacher. From Irma Bauer Foster. Chesterton, Indiana. That's where I went to high school and middle school, Chesterton. It's over near my parents. It's a cute little town. Here's that overcoat. Yeah, they're everywhere, aren't they, Geraldine? Those stupid bot thingies. We had a Rambler, Chesterton, Indiana. Yeah, it's a small town. It's gotten a lot bigger. A lot of businesses in it now. But here we go again. Hey, Davita. Davita, Carolyn knows I'm live. I said maybe the people that were done at the auction would want to come hear some stories. Hi, Cat's got my duty wrong. Boy, she sure got me good. Really? I don't even know how to do that video reel. I've never done that. Or wait, maybe I could have just now. I don't know. Oh, next to the names. Who got you good? I haven't been for about an hour and a half. I was talking to Jeremy and Daisha. Oh, Carolyn last night, I think it was, or the night before. She was telling me Duty Ron was in here. It wasn't last night. Last night she was saying, oh, I'm just here and I'm going to go get in the tub and read weird stuff on eBay, read about weird stuff. You know, everything I say, she was saying. She had just messaged me wanting to know what in the heck I was doing. And I said, I am here. I told you earlier. You said it was okay. You didn't mind. Here we go with short memories. Heck, she's been on since 10 hours now. I know if she's going to come back on to do anything, she's going to go off for a while. I'm sure of that. Oh my goodness, look at this. Let's talk about snow. Long wait for a ride. As you can see by the snow on the car and along the shoveled path, the winter of 1967 was a rough one in Flagstaff, Arizona, writes Mary Ann Gove of nearby Cottonwood. With his dog taking advantage of the clear path, my Uncle Louis Wilhelm still had a ways to go to dig out his car. I'll bet by the time he finished and made it to work, it was time to go home again. Look at this. I remember the blizzard of 1967. Oh, guess where Lexi is right now? Isaiah, her brother, took her out for her birthday tonight. Asked her if she wanted to see Spider-Man. Where'd I go? Where'd you guys go? Where'd I go? Are you still here? Oh, good. Did you hear me? Where'd I go? Did it go blank? I hit the mouse. Hi. Oh, okay. Nothing happened, really? Okay. Who's getting this over a foot? Where do you guys live? Do you mind saying, Margot? Everybody's getting the snow. We have some on the ground, but it's nothing to write home about. And it's been here for a while. No, I don't think we're getting any either because I'm looking. And it's 24 degrees here. Feels like 14. So, yeah, I mean, nothing. We have nothing. We have nothing coming. And you guys are getting hit hard. No, you have been on the whole time. What? Waco, Texas. Okay. Little Rock. Captain Lee. Okay, you're in. I live. Treasure Island, Florida. My children still live in New York. Oh, Ontario, Canada. Well, no wonder. Hi, Lucy J. How did the auction go? I was only able to catch a bit of it this morning before I left. I only just got home, just in time for story time. Nice way to unwind. Aw, that sweet cat's got my. The auction is still going on. It's been going on for over 10 hours. So I just came here to do some reading. Oh, wow, 12 to 15. Terre Haute, Indiana. Okay. I have all of her subs. What are you talking about, Video Reel? Well, I don't have all of hers, but you know what I mean. Terrible Haute. Okay, this is called No Stopping a Flyer. Ugh. This light is not the most flattering, is it? In February 1939, when I was 9 years old, we had a school holiday on Washington's birthday. So my older sister Carolyn and I planned a fun-filled day of sledding in the foothills around our home in Pocatello, Idaho. My older brother lent me his big, flexible flyer sled, but we found it was more fun to roll down the steep slope than it was to ride our sleds. I rolled halfway down and hollered to a friend at the top to send my sled down to me so I could ride the rest of the way to the bottom. The empty, flexible flyer worked up speed. and was aloft by the time it reached me. Any good sense I might have possessed deserted me, and I jumped out to catch it. All I managed was a brief pause in the sled's flight as it bounced off my left leg and continued down the hall. Carolyn called out to me from the bottom of the hill, "Come and get your sled this minute." But one look at the deep gash in my leg made me realize that I was not going anywhere. In response, I wailed, "I can't." Luckily, a lady who had come to get her son picked me up and drove me home. The only alternative was for Carolyn to pull me the mile home on my sled. After a week in the hospital, I went home with a cast from thigh to foot. The cast had a window cut out so the wound could be dressed and watched for infection. The Pocatello Tribune even had an article about it titled "Coasting Accident." I was relegated to sitting for the next 5 weeks. No walking cast then. To this day, I have a runner-shaped scar halfway up my leg, around my leg, to remind me of the mishap. Video reel. I don't think I've ever done horse straight. Hey, Tick Turtle Gum, nice to have you. Just taking my drink. All of a sudden, I look like an old man. This is what I get for making fun of my grandpa when I was a kid. Payback time. Karma. Belly flopping crossroads. In the 1940s, -35. Yeah. In the 1940s and 50s, I lived along Bancroft Road in McLean, Virginia, which had a steep hill just right for winter belly flopping. At the top of the hill, we'd jump on our sleds, bellies first. At the bottom of the hill was another street. We took turns playing traffic cop and waving riders off into the yard if a car was coming, off into a yard. With no traffic, we'd be waved across the other street, where we could slide into a neighbor's driveway for an extended ride. The most fun was making a train. The first sled driver or engineer would put his feet between the steering bar and the front bar of the second sled. Everyone who wanted to be in the train would be the same with the sled behind them. The best riders could stay on their sleds when the engineer began weaving from side to side. The one on the caboose was usually thrown off into the snow before reaching the bottom, and sometimes everyone was. From Danny Starnes, Swanoa, North Carolina. Did anyone here ever work for the telegram company? Do they still have telegrams today? Yes or no? Uh-oh. We must have had some big drama going on. Like over 10 people just left. Oh, another one. Let's see what's going on. I see somebody with the F word in the title. Who in the heck is that? Okay. That's not much. Let's see what Carolyn's.
She's going to put in a special order for a race. Oh, $30. No, I don't know that.
I was just, I don't know, a whole bunch of people left, Davita.
This right here. Right at that door.
I'll turn this off for a second. See what's being sold. Oh, it's the wood lady.
I don't know how you know I'm always behind. How can I be behind? I'm always ahead of you guys.
It's because we're saying it as we're seeing it, and they've already seen it.
Davita, you should go tell Carolyn I'm streaming her. Or Henny. Or Cat's got my.
$32, Janae Ann.
See, we're getting some more people.
Did she do the deer last Christmas? Did who do the deer last Christmas?
It's working.
Was it me?
Could you see that,
Sharon
Captain
should
Lee?
have kept the love story to herself. Everybody wants them now. $33, Sharon. It's a lad that's just always there. Janae Ann, 34.
I don't know if people are in the chat that have already bought some of the carvings, but in my opinion, I think they look better in person. It's kind of hard to get a good picture and a good image of them.
36, Janae Ann.
One way to get people here. Get people to stay.
Penny, tell her I'm going to strike her down.
What's that?
She's joking around.
Hey, Nancy.
Okay.
Trying to get some people here. I heard her say that, Henny. All right, we'll go back to our stories. Hi, Sharon Chow. If we start losing people, I'll start streaming her again, okay? People start leaving, we go back to Carolyn, and we'll get them back. Here's this guy's father. I am a dirty bird, Nancy. We're going to read his little article. Looks like a nice man there, doesn't he? He looks like a fisherman. A pipeline to shore. My father, Julius Gilge, was a trapper, hunter, and fisherman. Came here to bid too? Oh, I was getting ready to block you. Adventures with Beth, and then I read what you're saying. I thought you were one of those bot thingies. Hi, Mick Bonatus. Passing coffee for all. Okay, hey, Tracy. Hey. No matter what else he was doing, he'd always be smoking his pipe. Even in the barn, his unlit pipe would be clenched between his teeth. In 1949, when I was a high school freshman, My parents had a small farm about 3 miles from Rib Lake, Wisconsin. One early spring day, my fellow schoolmates told me that many people were at the lake trying to catch fish, and that 6 men had been on a large piece of floating ice not far from shore. Suddenly, they said the weight of the men shattered the melting chunk of ice. All the men fell into the freezing water and swam frantically toward shore. The kids said, "It sure was a funny sight. You should have seen the old little man dog paddling." And you know what? You want to know something? They added, howling with laughter. He still had his pipe in his mouth. I never said a word, but I knew immediately that it was my dad, who wasn't a very good swimmer. I was just thankful he made it to shore safely. From Bernice Roeder, Rib Lake, Wisconsin. Bonnie and the kids and everybody always laughed because when we were at the lake with them on their boat and we were swimming and stuff, Dave had his beer in one hand and his cigar in the other. And then he started to go under for whatever reason, but he kept that cigar way up like this, and he kept his beer up like this as he went under, just so he wouldn't lose them. They blocked you? Had to undo it? Oh. So it was an accident. Oh, wow. Look at these. Carolyn would like these. I showed her the ones yesterday, the Christmas ones. Look at the old-fashioned vintage cards. You can even cut them out. Hey, we got 30 people now. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. Aren't these pretty, though? And I'm one of his mods. That's the best part. Oh, my gosh. Hi, Eva Pohl. Are you old enough to join? We even let the young people come. Yeah, it's a guy thing. Yep. Oh, look at this. The Big Flood of 1937. Here's it's by Bill Applegate, Orangevale, California, DeVita. Is told to his daughter, Mary. And here's a picture. It says a similar scene, a Wilton, Kentucky bridge approach, washed out by the Great Flood of 1937, was replaced by a barge that ferried autos from dry roads to the entryway of the bridge. Kind of like similar to what Brent does. You know how he's got that tugboat? DeVita. Danielle's over there working. I see her. Now, why is this happening? We got Danielle, current high bid, $51. Oh, and then, okay. And then they're doing a countdown at 51. I see. Oops, I better stay here. Hi, Country Joe. I wanted to talk like you tonight. Hi, my darling. How you doing? How you doing, my darling? Country Joe, I don't know what your new installment is. I need to watch your song you put out. Oh, I bet, Sharon. How neat. Country Joe, do you like these old stories? Okay. What is... Dave, can you turn it down a little? He's saying, I can't hear you. The TV's too loud. One minute, guys. Okay, sorry. I need to stay here in my own lane, right? Not worry about what Carolyn's doing over there. Where's Country Joe? Scooter Dash Affairs Anonymous. Oh, good, good, good. So it's right on your channel then, huh, Country Joe? How'd I miss that? Are we cheating on mommy? Davita, I love you. Yeah, it sounds weird, doesn't it? It's like... So it's just on your Country Joe channel. I'm going to look right now so I don't forget. And when I'm done, I'm going to look. I'm subbed to you, Country Joe. Scam Trasha. I blanked my chair. Good. Okay. Yes, yes, yes. I will be watching. Yes. Where she's at the door. You can't buy class. Scammy A. Quick message to Dum Dum Scam Tasha. Yes. I'll be watching. Be fun to watch. Okay. In the early spring of 1937, the Ohio and Salt Rivers spilled over their banks, flooding a large part of the region. One of the small... Okay. I'm busy having my live. You pay attention to your live. I'll pay attention to my live. Okay? Please. I have you turned down right now. I love you, but you know. These are my subscribers. And they want to hear a story, Carolyn. That's Carolyn, Tracy. What can I say? She's like, well, what story are you reading? I do need my space, Sharon.
Hi.
How was the movie?
Good.
Her brother took her out to see Spider-Man tonight.
Yeah, it was really good.
Was it? I've
Yeah.
heard it was super good.
Yeah.
Which one did you guys go to? Portage or Maryville or
Portage.
Valpo? Portage?
Yeah. Hi.
Yes, and I took her today to Target, Barnes and Nobles, Panda Express, Designer Desserts. Oh, show them your cupcake. It's a shop in downtown Valparaiso. Nothing but cupcakes, okay? the most beautiful cupcakes you've ever seen in your life. I mean, just amazing, okay? We get there today.
Now they had were vegan cupcakes
All
and
they-
a couple of cookies.
Every shelf was empty in there, all the cases empty. And she's like, oh, we only have these right here. And there was one of these
The chocolate vegan cupcake.
chocolate vegan cupcake. And then the other one was a plate of vanilla vegan cupcakes. You know, and they're just like regular. I mean, it is good. I ate mine while you were gone. I didn't turn mine down, but usually they're just the most beautiful,
Yeah.
you know, just you won't believe how nice they're decorated. Oh, this is heavy, Lex.
Yours wasn't?
I guess mine was, and I didn't realize it. Okay. But anyway, yeah, they are really big. Yeah, I wish you guys could see. They said they loved the box. You know, see?
I'm 19, Sharon.
But you guys, you just wouldn't believe the flavors they usually have. Albany's Candy Factory is right here by us, Captain Lee. Just a few miles down the road on Highway 30. And I think I made a little video there once, Captain Lee, showing the store part of it. No, she's 19 now. Do you, Captain Lee, once a year? They're from Terre Haute, Indiana.
Oh, wow. Thank you, Frida. No, I turned 16 3 years ago.
No, what? Carolyn, please. Will you pay attention to your stream? Carolyn.
Why are you always bothering her? She's streaming. Well, she's gonna read that comment now. I don't think she'd mind, though. We'll probably take her along with us.
Now let's
Oh,
see.
really, Lucy? Her granddaughter is 19, too.
Oh, wow, cool.
Miss Impatience. Thank you, Video Reel. Thank you, Davida. You spent about $200 at Albany's every time you're there, Capley fan.
Well, yeah, if they're going to come all this way for it, you know,
Yeah.
they should.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll get into this flood now if Carolyn will let us.
I don't think she will.
Let's see. In the early spring of 1937, the Ohio and Salt Rivers spilled over their banks, flooding a large part of the region. One of the small river towns affected was West Point, Kentucky. The folks who lived in the lower section of town were the poorest. My friend Hunky, and I, being Boy Scouts, decided it was our duty to help some of the families, especially two old widows, move their meager belongings to higher ground. After many trips, the water rose up to our knees and the current made it treacherous to continue. Besides, our parents needed us back home, since it looked as if our own houses might flood. Reaching home, I found my family huddled around the radio, listening to updates on the flooding. Mom soon announced that we had better start moving everything upstairs. Mom and all 6 of us kids worked diligently, trying to secure everything of any value in our upstairs bedrooms. All the while, I thought of our friends and neighbors who had no upper story to safeguard their valuables. Never did I imagine that the muddy waters would rise to invade even our top floor. The word soon came that there would be a mandatory evacuation. We were to gather at the high end of town where the railroad tracks were. From there, a freight train would evacuate us to Fort Knox. Like sheep, we all hurried to the area and loaded into freight cars. Anxiously, we started out the open doors of the boxcars at the vast devastation we stared out as the river swallowed up the landscape. At one point, we went across a trestle with swirling water and debris beating violently against its support beams. I recall hearing people crying and praying as the train seemingly took an eternity to cross. When we arrived at Fort Knox, we went by truck to the barracks, where we were fed and assigned living quarters. Once everyone was settled in, we did our best to adjust. My mom, who was our town's postmistress, set up shop in the barracks so that people could get mail and let kin and friends know they were safe. It was a hard time for the adults, but a bit of adventure for the young. After several weeks, we were allowed to return to what had been our homes. What an utter mess we beheld. Our town sat right where the Ohio and Salt Rivers converged, so we bore the brunt of the flooding. Some buildings were missing, others lifted off their foundations, but even those that had withstood the currents were in an awful state. Our house was full of mud. Even the second story had slimy river silt throughout. Though we lived on Main Street, the receding waters had delivered a rotting hog carcass to our backyard from some farm. It took months for us to clean and fix up our home, and it took years for our town to recover. The rivers made a mark on every life in our little town, so that 64 years later, it is still remembered. Oh, wow. Okay, you can see this picture. You can, if you really look at it, you can see, wow, all these houses and the devastation there. Ugh. Hunky, yeah, right? Hunky. Oh, well, that's good, Sharon. Let's check Carolyn. I'm going to stream her again for a minute.
You don't have to log out or anything. You just don't.
So you guys will see if you're missing. Serving appetizers. I'll turn this off again. Really? Adventures with Beth? Called Done? Yep, you can't see it, but you can hear.
Linda, if you need to write this down.
I am.
It's going to be going to Irene F.
Yeah, Irene F. Okay.
Oh, Linda's over there. She was here. She's up there
Okay.
selling. Linda, you
Wow.
left to go sell.
Okay, here, Jim. That was my lunch.
Oh, I thought she was here listening. Tracy. Yeah, Nancy
Okay, what else
M.
have you got for us,
What in
Linda?
the heck?
And I got another pillow. Second, I'm measuring this.
We caught you.
Okay. Fabric is 45 inches wide.
Oh, your camera went off again.
How's that?
Okay.
That's for that pattern.
That was
Here's
new.
the pillow for That's coming with
That's
these two.
45. Oh, you turned the camera off again.
Let me know. Let
No.
Moo know.
That's
She
not
thinks
how
she
it happened.
missed it.
Okay.
Say no. We're reading them right now.
Yes.
Come over, Moo. We're reading and streaming Carolyn.
18.
18.
Mhm.
Okay. That's the
45.
first, and the second is a
By
pillow.
18. And here's the pillow.
Oh gosh, I used to have a pillow like that. Mine was mauve. It was actually made, but I had the same pillow back in the 80s.
Yep. I told you it was
Hi,
vintage.
Lisa
I
H.
just didn't know how.
Get the best of both
You
worlds.
get the big cats,
We
brown and
take a
tiger.
break. We stream Carolyn.
And the pillow.
And we go back to a story. That way you don't miss anything. Oh my gosh, look how cute this is. Sharp dresser, sharp car. This is my brother, Enza Vigs, at age 5, standing in front of our dad's car, a 1938 or 39 Graham, while we were in Ugalele, Florida in 1941, relates Olene Robinson of Murfreesboro. Carol Moo of Two's laughing. She says, seriously? And she's got a huge laughing face. Seriously, Moo. Come check. We lived in St. John's, Michigan, and spent the winters in Florida. Isn't Enza cute with that dimple and all dressed up? He's 75 years young now. Oh my gosh, he is cute. Look at that. He looks like a little man there. Right, video reel? Hi, little lady. Isn't he cute? Look at that dimple and everything. Kid looks like a little heartbreaker. And here's a paper mill in Canada for our Canada people. The west coast of Canada, a pulp and paper mill for newspaper in 1912. British Columbia. These hardworking men in front of the number 3 and 4 machines in 1914 said it was easier to clamber around the machines with bare feet. An edict soon went out that shoes were mandatory for safety. The mill's founders, Dr. Brooks, Anson Brooks, and M.J. Scanlon, planned their garden city under strict guidelines, ensuring generous green space and many well-built homes with spacious yards for their employees. And then here's a picture on this side. It was a workspace, was at a premium for these 2 students attending the University of Wisconsin, Madison, in this 1908 photograph shared by Stuart Crenshaw from Eau Claire. The dorm rooms of the time with lace curtains and sparse furniture sure look different from today's. Here's that paper mill. Cat's got mine. Oh, Canada. And then the boys in college. Look at the dorm room. That looks like somebody's living room, doesn't it? I am ornery. I am Frida. Carolyn will tell you that. Boy, she knows. And Moo. Well, most of you do know that, I think. And here's a couple more. Well, 3 more pictures. Mitchell Novelty Company, coin-operated machines, automatic phonographs, amusement machines, fun and games. In 1949, my husband, Edward Back, 5th from right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boy, he looks young. Worked at a Milwaukee novelty company, says Doris Krabritsky from Phoenix, Arizona. Between the Beck brothers in suits, who own the company, is their sister, Sally. She and brother Junior, far right, were employees. And then on the bottom, there's a picture of the circus act. The junior dead-end kids consisted of my mother and her siblings. At the top are Connie, age 3. Front and left, Freddie, 9. Jane, my mom, 8 years old. Ann, 10. And Ruth, 11. Notes John, a nest of Blue Island, Illinois. With their dad and manager, Harry Friend, they worked as a vaudeville act in the Ringling Brothers and Jay Gould circuses. Wow. And then another picture. We moved to this tent on the Texas coast in 1923 to improve my father's health, but we stayed just a short time, writes Lucille Baldwin of McKinney. I'm seen with my mother, Madge Vinson, who is holding my baby sister, Dorothy. Aw, look at these. There's the paper mill. The novelty company. The Ringling Brothers Circus Act, and them in the tent for their father's health. Lisa H. is still here. Blast from the past. Uh-oh. First attempt at making root beer bombs. That seems like that was a thing back in those days, doesn't it? Like you watch those old movies, and it seems like, more than a few of them have root beer exploding. You're at both too, Lisa. We'll check on her in a few minutes. We'll read about the root beer. Good, Angie Brooks. I'm glad. She's staying up late with the big people. This is by Nancy Allar of Cottage Grove, Wisconsin. Okay, Nancy, you're back. Okay. I guess you went to peak. You couldn't wait until we were streaming her in a few minutes. Diet root beer wasn't easy to find in 1969, but my husband at the time, Chuck Blair, was a diabetic and needed an alternative to sugary soft drinks. So we decided to make artificially sweetened root beer in our Madison, Wisconsin home. Just checking the time. Lexi, it's almost 1, right? Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Aunt Bonnie will be picking you up at, 9:30? We collected a rusty bottle capper, a box of bottle caps, root beer extract, yeast packets, sugar, a bottle of artificial sweetener, and 40 empty disposable glass bottles with "Do Not Reuse" embossed on the side. No, I wonder if that did it. Do not reuse, maybe? I don't know. The combination of yeast and sugar created carbonation. The recipe said to keep the root beer at 85 to 90 degrees for 5 days to get the yeast to work properly. The pilot light on our gas oven kept the interior at just the right temperature. So we stacked our 40 glass bottles on their sides in the oven. On the 5th day, our best friends, Herb and Helen Melchazer, dropped by, and I invited them for supper. If you're wondering, Garnet's in our room. In the haste of meal preparation, I forgot about the root beer in the oven. My last minute and all-time dumbest decision was to make dinner rolls. I turned on the oven to preheat to 425 degrees. I was in the living room chatting with my husband and friends when the first explosion shook the whole house. We all rushed into the kitchen and saw nothing. I had forgotten about the root beer, and my husband didn't know I'd turned on the oven, so he didn't know what had happened either. But suddenly I remembered there was root beer in the oven. I immediately turned off the oven. Then I did the second really dumb thing that day. I opened the oven door, and the second explosion shot root beer and glass halfway across the kitchen. Miraculously, no one was hurt, and I quickly shut the oven door. By this time, our friends were laughing so hard they could hardly stand up. Chuck took time to threaten to kill me before we got down to deciding what to do. It was like having an oven full of hand grenades with the pins pulled. After about an hour, Chuck disappeared into the back of the house and came back wearing his thick wool pea coat, my sturdiest elbow-length oven mitts, and his motorcycle helmet with the visor pulled down. He looked like a visitor from outer space, which made our friends collapse into another fit of laughter. Standing off to the side, I slowly opened the oven door. Then Chuck carefully lifted out the remaining 38 bottles. The hot, sticky root beer glued most of the shattered bottled glass to the oven's interior. My oven had a self-cleaning cycle, but I had visions of molten glass forming a permanent puddle in the bottom. I finally took a chance with the self-cleaning cycle. Luckily, the glass just fell to the bottom, and I swept it out like so much sand. The glass pieces weren't even sharp anymore because the heat had blunted all the edges. Chuck and I cautiously washed off the intact bottles and eventually enjoyed the contents. We made other batches of root beer after that, but Chuck never let me put the bottles in the oven again, and they never tasted as good as that first batch. Chuck forgave me and had fun telling the story of the great root beer disaster of 1969. I remarried after his death, and my second husband, Tom, has had to endure my recounting this misadventure many times. I bought a glass bottle of that in one of the shops. It's here. It's those Springs. Moxie? I never heard of that. Oh, Tab was disgusting. And they still have Tab. We were just talking about that the other night. Remember, Davita? I saw it in the store, and I was like, oh, they still make that? There's so many better diet drinks out there today. This one is How I Met My Spouse. Oh, wait, let's check Carolyn. More. Oh, it's fabric. It's Linda Gill with her fabric.
$4 on it.
Going at 4. Anybody give me 5? $5. So Sharon at 4.
Hi, Jackie. You have a lovely sewing machine in the box.
Lisa H. Since you're in
I don't
both.
know where little Miss STFU is because I'm really worried about her. Yesterday, she sent me an email with this horse that she took in. She said that it was like emaciated, and she said, "Can I come on and sell stuff because I really need it for the horse sanctuary?" She was here at the start of the auction. I said, "Are you ready to go?" She said, "I'm still getting my stuff together. Take someone else first." Now she's been missing in action all day long. I hope nothing happened on the sanctuary.
Oh, no. I'll check my email.
Yeah,
You gotta stay close.
No, she'll be fine. She emailed me. She showed me the same picture. Because I am the horse woman. And she knows it. She already showed me her horse. I will show you guys one of the pictures. She takes care of the horses. Michael. And one more. I'm sure she's fine. Oh, look at this little one. No, if you are in there, Lisa H, tell her I'm sure that she's fine. She probably just got busy with the horses because when you have horses, anything can happen. Shorty, yep. She may, I don't know, got really busy with them and just couldn't do it right now for whatever reason. What, Lisa? Okay, we're going to learn how these people met their spouses. Look at this baby's expression. That baby looks like she's mad about something, doesn't it? Like, why in the heck did you do that? Oh, yeah, the color of the can is pretty, like a pinkish, kind of. Baby pitcher kept his curiosity piqued. I was 10 or 12 years old when I came across a baby pitcher shown in an old album and asked who was posing with me. My mother told me it was Viola, the baby on the right. So that would be the one that's Viola. The one with all the hair. Okay, Captain Lee. Enjoy, okay? I hope you have a good rest. She's the daughter of friends in our hometown of Iola, Kansas, but that our families had lost touch after my folks moved to Kansas City. I later found out that Viola's father had died when she was just 2 years old. Her mother couldn't take care of her and put Viola in foster care. Aww. After my World War II service, I returned to Iola and also stopped in Chanute to visit friends and relations. I ran into a man who turned out to be Viola's uncle. He said she was working for Pet Milk in Iola, where I had worked for a time before moving to Rawlins, Wyoming. so I could take a job with the Union Pacific Railroad. I went to the pet milk company and had someone call her down. I told her who I was, and we made arrangements to see each other that evening. Viola and I wed in February 1947 while I was getting my engineer degree at Chicago Tech. We were married for 57 years before I lost her in 2004. From Abner Gilmer, Siloam Springs, Arkansas. Aw, how cute is that? Look at that again. The baby's in the carriage, and there they are married. Isn't that sweet?
Aw.
Isn't it? It is, isn't it? I bet Davita's got a little tear going. I met my other half on a street corner. It's not as bad as it sounds. Yeah, I always wonder how some people end up together too. Right back where we started. The first time I met Gwendolyn Adams, we were only 15 years old. She entered the high school I was attending in Perry, Florida, late in 1941, and I was struck by her good looks. We were soon dating, but my family moved to Jacksonville the next spring, and Gwen and I didn't correspond with each other. Our teenage romance apparently was over. One morning, I was walking to catch a bus to school when Gwen ran up and greeted me. She was living just a few blocks away. Before we could start dating, though, her family moved to a community outside Jacksonville, which I could reach only by Greyhound bus. In September 1943, I enlisted in the Navy and was initially stationed in Jacksonville, where Gwen began working in a store downtown. We were married June 2nd, 1945. Within months, our first child was on the way. The Navy then sent me far away, and I saw Gwen for about 3 weeks over the next 14 months. Gwen then went along wherever the Navy sent me over the next 22 years. We were wed 65 and a half years when I lost her in January. When we first met in high school, I lived on Julia Street and Gwen on Main Street. When we returned to Perry in 1985, we bought a home but didn't notice until a bit later that it was at the corner of Julia and Main, right back where we started.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that is cool. From Ray Evans, Perry, Florida. Stop. In case you guys didn't.
Video reel.
Yeah, this magazine is 11 years old. So in case you guys are wondering about the math, not adding up. Video reel. Oh, Davita's crying. See, these stories always get to her. Let's see. She's still going. Moo says, I'm still trying to wake up. I'm still comatose. LOL. Moo. We're still on the fabric. Yep, hasn't changed. Linda Gelb's selling that fabric.
Thank you, Lisa Thomas. Ooh, comics.
Yeah, the comics. We've seen that again. You know, they showed that before in the other ones. The other magazines. Ooh, that she does have some pretty fabric. Cute.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, this almost looks in a way like my mom and dad, just the way they're dressed when they were holding me and Becky as kids, babies.
Well, it's probably from the same year.
I remember my mom's jeans were rolled up like that. Oh, they're saying happy birthday. 1954. So very close.
The year before you were born.
Yeah. I was a tiny, tiny baby when of that picture with me like that. Becky wasn't even born. That's right. Cereals and the Mummy, this one's called. In the early 1950s, when I was 11 or 12, I was allowed to walk several blocks from my home to the only movie theater in our small country town of Cairo, Georgia. I felt rich with a quarter in my hand. Admission to the Saturday afternoon show was 14 cents. Oh, did you get popcorn and butter with it?
Yeah.
Bring any back?
Nope.
I should have had you bring me some with extra butter. That left a nickel for a bag of buttery popcorn and 6 cents for a Coke, which included a penny for the cup. My school friends and I would try to get the front row seats, and we watched the entire show, newsreels, cartoons, and the main event, which was almost always a Western serial. There was a short break, and then it started all over again. We were never made to leave and could watch everything again. My problem was that I had to walk home alone, and if I stayed too late and it was dark outside, my imagination played havoc with me. Our theater started playing some of the Mummy movies during this time. I'll never forget how scared I was in the early dark, running past the dark depot and down the railroad tracks and shadowy streets. I could hear the Mummy's stiff left leg dragging along the ground. I could feel his hand reaching for my throat and his icy breath on my neck. No one ever got more entertainment from any amount of money than I did on those quarters on Saturday afternoons. From Lillian Piles, Fernanda Beach, Florida. And no money, no problem. I know the popcorn again. It is, isn't it? It's the best. Wait, who had this? The COVID. I'm glad to hear you're doing okay. I've been trying to get COVID. Oh, wow, Raina Marie. That's terrible. On a Friday or Saturday night in the early 1950s, the local movie theater was the place to meet. All my friends would gather and sit in the same section of the theater. But money was scarce, and if you didn't find soda bottles to redeem, you might not have enough for a ticket. If you had no money, a friend would open an exit door and you would crawl in on your hands and knees, hoping you didn't get caught and thrown out. At the Tivoli Theater in the Junction neighborhood of Jersey City, there was an usher named Dave who felt sorry for the kids without money. He would go around the theater, check the exit doors, and open them just enough for someone to sneak in. More than 50 years later, I remember his kindness and thank him for the fond memories. From Mary Zakruski Crook, East Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania. That was nice of him. Hi, Bridget. Okay, we'll do it right now. We still have, I see kitty cat fabric. Here we go.
All right, let's see where we are. Okay, we have Danielle. Current high bid is who? $10, a heart made wise. Elizabeth.
Carolyn's eating something, I think now, isn't she? Bridget.
Okay, this is the last one.
All right, hold on. $10,
Oh,
is that
I
a heart made wise? Let's do the countdown on that.
Nancy.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 1.
I can't either, Tracy.
Sharon Kessler, if anybody knows that name, for Concord Fabrics.
You know that name, Sharon?
Oh, did I pause? Okay. Oh, okay. Now I'm up live. Sorry. Have you, Bridget?
Start the countdown.
That came on my feed. Watching that for ASMR. So it is pretty good to watch. I thought about it. I guess I'll watch it. A farrier cleaning the hooves
Oh, your camera went off. 33, rough and ready.
and trimming. Yeah.
Jesus.
Okay, we have to comment or I can get struck. Okay, I see we have Linda up there. She's selling fabric.
Oh, it's Fat Cat Art, Bernard Kilban? That's what it is? Well, it's made in the United States.
There has to be some sort of comic in the
I think
New
Carolyn
Yorker, the magazine.
should be a
remember
little
that?
more professional.
Is that what it is? Let me see.
She shouldn't
That's
be
what it
giggling.
reminds me of, something in the New Yorker.
She shouldn't be giggling
The
when
magazine
she's selling
that
things.
used to come out.
We must know someone who does.
I don't know. Somebody's researching it though, and
You're watching both
I'm
little.
glad I have it.
Is that Jimmy telling her Scooter's streaming you? You're gonna have to strike her.
I just. Yeah, I need those. I'm looking. No, let me have one of those.
Her and Jimmy are arguing.
Okay, let me see.
Like, Jimmy, I don't want to.
Hold
Well,
on,
you're gonna
let's
have
put Jimmy. I'm
to.
trying to find out something on this cat fabric. It's going crazy. Yeah.
You have to set a precedent here.
I'm trying to figure out what this is here. So there's vintage art prints. Is that what these cats?
Rough and Ready has bid $35. They're in the lead right now. Any bets on who will win?
Okay, where are we with this bid now? Okay, what do we got here? Rough and Ready, $35 is a high bid. We're down at 4, 3, 2, and 1. So black and white lot. I think I'm close to Rough and Ready for $35.
Well, you're right, Nancy.
Thank you very much.
Yep, she never backed. Nancy was right. She said she never backs down.
That was lovely, girls. Thank you. And I'll come back on later or another day.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you, Carolyn. Thank you a lot.
Are you coming back
Love
over,
you,
Linda?
Nana.
You coming back here,
Good
Linda?
night, Sandy.
Love you, Linda.
Love you too. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, so I'll forward things like that as soon as you guys forward it to me, and then if you're in Slack, you can connect with Linda right in Slack.
Yes, please get me in Slack if you're.
Okay, we'll go back to stories. Let's see. We'll stay on a little bit longer. She's coming back over now. Okay, here's then and now. Pictures, people then and now. How cute. This one's a friend across the alley. As the saying goes, there are no friends like old friends. Karen Johnson Rathke and I met in the summer of 1949 when I moved to Rockford, Illinois, just before starting fifth grade. We lived across the alley from each other and quickly became good friends. I remember how much fun we had baking potatoes over an open fire in the alley when we could talk one of our mothers out of a potato. We liked jumping rope, ice skating in nearby Churchill Park, and playing with Karen's Cocker Spaniel. Over the years, this wonderful person has endured many hardships, being widowed, raising 3 children, mostly on her own, and fighting bouts with cancer. Through all of this, Karen has remained a kind person who always has a smile and has the most fantastic outlook on life with a deep faith in God. These pictures of us were taken in 1951 when we were wearing our special Easter outfits and in 2007. I'm on the left in both photos. I've enjoyed knowing Karen for more than 60 years, although we have lived miles apart. For the last 11 years or so, we remain close friends. From Diane Nelson Billert from Iowa. That's them now. This was them in 1951. And then now. There she is. She's back. We saw you signing off. We caught you over there selling. Your fabric's pretty. Here's some more friends. Here's a close circle. We 3 cousins were all born in Tulare, California. From left in childhood photo is Dolores on December 25th, 1929. Me on June 24th, 1929. And Lucille on December 24th, 1928. So they were all born very close to one another, I guess. Writes Diana Boghosian of Fresno. We all live within 3 miles of each other, and we see each other often for lunch and so on. We all still lead active lives. We also love our wonderful neighbor, Davita Lane. She has a beautiful home and makes faux food. I don't know if Davita's here. We'll find out. Here's the 3 cousins back then and now today. Davita must be gone. She didn't hear. No, she is here. Okay. Soldiers and buddies, 62 years later. 5 young men from, that would be funny if they wrote that, wouldn't it, Davita? Like just out of the blue, and our neighbor, Davita Lane, makes beautiful faux food. 5 young men from Marion, Virginia, joined the Army in 1948 to see the world outside the valley where they lived. The Army took them as boys of 17 and 18 at Fort Jackson, South Carolina, and 3 months later they were soldiers. Pictured above in 1948, just before we got on the bus, are, from left, Hunter Weimer, now in Vienna, Virginia, Bob Hastings, Nashville, back from left, Bill Wolfe, Seymour, Tennessee, Don Jones, back in Marion, and me. Don Jones and me. We posed in the same order in the color photo below, taken last October. We saw the world all right. The Korean War saw to that. We saw the world all right. Though widely separated, we maintained contact. From Korea, Japan, Okinawa, England, and Fort Lee, Virginia, we promised to reunite one day. And so we have. Beginning with the 10th anniversary of joining the Army, we've met each year, posed for a picture, and enjoyed one another's company. We considered ourselves fortunate indeed and are proud of serving our country. Dick Perkins, Atlanta, Georgia. I'm just looking real quick to compare them. Wow, we do, yeah. Oh. Wait, let's see. Here they are, the young men that joined the Army together. And then, that's so sweet though, that's so special. Here's Nancy M. I have a story. I got on Facebook Marketplace, and for free, I got one of those digital picture frames. It was new. I sold it on Facebook Marketplace for $20. I checked to see if it worked. They left sand disc in it. OMG. So their pictures were in there. Dandy's selling again. She's back up. She have a different outfit on, or she's wearing a different sweater now, I think. Turn up the sound. She does have, doesn't she, Kat's got
It's
my drum?
really cool. Like stoneware fish decor.
Oh, and it wasn't his
In
wife,
Taiwan, and
Nancy?
they, like, have the holes to hang on your wall. I think it looks so
Nancy.
cool, like in a bathroom or something. If anyone is interested,
She is very pretty.
it's kind of like a ceramic. Not sure.
Hold on a second. Irene F says she's interested in the Native American earrings.
Okay, cool.
And,
I know.
And the little lady wants to know how this works. You just put bits in. You have
So,
to have PayPal.
Were they very
or-
risque type pictures, Nancy? I'm sure they were, right? Yep. Oh, I bet they were. Is Carolyn pulling an all-nighter? Well, let's see. She's been on 11 and a half hours now, I believe. I know the auction started at 2 o'clock my time, and it's 1:30, 1:27 my time. So, wow, I'd like to know what happened with those, Nancy. What, how did so the wife, she must not have had any clue then, right? Probably, right? Because I highly doubt she'd be giving it away if she knew that was in there. Right? See what Nancy's saying. It's 1:28 a.m. where I am. Cat's got my tongue. Or cat's got my, I mean. Scandalous. Doesn't she need to start a new live soon, or does it matter? I don't know. I know before it was at 12 hours. Davita Lane, she may be getting anxious since it's been almost 12 hours. Okay, there she will need to start a new live if she keeps going. I'm going to try to call her. I'm really pushing it. Streaming her. Now trying to call her when she's alive. I am pushing it. If she answers, I'm just gonna act like I didn't I didn't know you were live. I thought you were off. Not answering.
Interest.
Do you? Did you?
Okay, I bet $10. Irene F. Danielle's doing the countdown.
Thanks, Danielle. He's shiny. She's pretty.
You could hear it ringing there.
Medium one. Just because big blue ones, I have tiny little ears, so a lot of earrings hurt my ears. I have to kind of keep them small.
I think we can safely say those earrings are going to Irene F.
Okay, Irene.
$10.
All right, good deal on Irene. Thank you.
Did very well.
Okay.
I would have if she answered.
Congratulations, Irene. Thank you, Danielle.
Yeah, Danielle, thanks for helping with this. Did someone do the heart earrings? Oh yeah, and the Fire King. I still have that.
Anybody interested in that Fire King?
Nancy.
Well, I know that they wanted to do the earrings.
Want to do the earrings? Okay.
Yeah. And what would you like to start those heart earrings out at?
We can start.
No, Bridget. I'm not gonna keep pushing it like that. I'll stream her, but I'm not gonna keep calling.
Your kill.
I know what the limit is.
The gorgy.
Those earrings are pretty. Well, we'll keep her on. I just have her sound down. The sound down. Hey, I was only trying to help her. She's trying to get this over with. She's going, any other bidders? Any others going once? Any others going twice? Any other bids going 3 times? Oh boy, she'll be sorry she's missing this. This one, look, I've kept it all these years. Going up on Zoom and tell her. Oh my gosh. Are you Lisa? Oh, that would be great. Answer your bloody phone. Oh my gosh. You are okay. I'm gonna turn it off.
Yeah, what? California Thunder and the Little Miss SPFU. Did anything happen out in California?
Yeah, I thought California Thunder said you were going to come back.
Yeah, both of them did. And no earthquakes.
Lisa's going to,
Yeah,
Nancy.
Danielle, we can open our own business to auction.
You can too if you want.
Mhm.
I'm sorry to kill that one.
Sold to your kill.
All right, your kill. Put it with your stuff, honey. Thank you.
Now, you want to show that Fire King DJ? I was asking, what is the Fire?
Yes, I will.
Carolyn,
Yes.
could you answer your phone? Yeah, do you have it off?
No, but it's
Oh, okay, so you can't answer the phone then. Okay, well, the scooter was calling.
oh, show. Yeah, I can't yet tell you.
And I told her I'd go ask you if you could answer your phone.
Oh, okay. No, tell her I can't answer.
Okay, I'm gonna leave.
All right.
I'll be down in chat.
All right.
My stomach's hurting.
Yeah, these were the Fire King.
There's the Fire King DJ. Right there.
Oh my God, Lisa.
That's vintage Fire King.
Oh, that was great.
Yes.
We have the Fire King people here.
My stomach is hurting.
Made in U.S. Fire King 16. Fire King Anchor Hawking. So this one's actually an Anchor Hawking Fire King. Which is totally awesome.
Oh my gosh.
And,
Oh, that was a good one,
yeah,
Lisa H. You
it's
win.
Fire King.
You win the internet tonight.
So if you're interested, I'll sell them both
Oh, that was
together.
great.
Or separate if you want.
Oh. I have to go to the bathroom now. For real, I'll be right back. Oh, that's going to be a good one to laugh at for a long time. Oh my goodness. Almost done. I gotta use the bathroom. Got it in there? Sorry, it took a while. Lexi was in the bathroom. I was waiting for her to get out. You guys. That was so good. I told Lexi what happened.
You've been off for almost 2 hours.
Oh my gosh.
A bit of their own personality. It is hand painted and has a clear glaze.
Hi, Lisa H.
It's from the 1950s. It's 4.5 inches high,
Thank you,
6
Bridget.
inches wide, and 2.5
Oh, not her
inches
birthday
deep.
anymore. Oh boy.
Well, that sounds about right. Thank you.
Darn it, leave it alone.
Stick out. That describes this pretty well. I don't
cute.
see any cracks on this
She's been selling a lot today.
or any chips or anything.
Had Carolyn been on it the whole time?
Yeah.
It's really shiny and all.
Did she start yesterday or something?
She started at 2:00 in the afternoon. It's almost 12 hours. Huh.
Thank you, Newsy.
Oh, it still is in California, your birthday.
Oh, yeah.
I love you too, Nancy. You guys are great. You zoomed her? I gotta rewind it back. I gotta hear it. I gotta hear it. Carolyn's gonna freaking kill me. Who's missing all this?
I know. I love fun, different
But where was
stuff.
Kevin?
And just
I know.
hard to find it.
We need him in the chat.
Did you? Yeah, Lexi just even saying, "Where's Kevin?"
Garner,
Okay,
leave her
thank you,
alone.
Nana Penny.
Yesterday she sent me an email.
Noopy.
Countdown. If they want to bid,
Let's
they
see.
can bid during the countdown.
Wait a minute. Okay, let's see.
Very pretty.
Okay, Debbie D, we got 20 more.
Newfie.
Yeah, I've all set up, WD. She's doing the switcheroo at 2:45. It's gonna redirect everybody.
Oh,
Got it under control.
yeah, Lisa would be saying that. I see they have Shorty.
Exactly, he's in control.
Oh, look, Shorty. Is that a planter?
Yeah.
Shorty.
I'm
the
gonna
horse
fast
planter.
forward so we can hear you.
Oh,
That's what, yeah, that's called Shorty the horse. It's, yes.
Carolyn knows what this is already. That's awesome.
Get my scooter, needs that.
Till you call in, I gotta hear
It says
this.
stamp. It says 39. And it's like around. I don't know how to explain it. It's really hard to
Huh?
say.
I think
But
we're
I think these
before
are
you.
usually on like Royal Dalton.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, check it out and see. Pretty sure that's like made in Japan.
Before this?
It's really shiny
Yeah.
like Royal Dalton. Like the glaze is really beautiful on it.
I found it. Let me see.
Oh wait, no, that's her.
Vintage. This might be an
Because it was
MC.
ringing. The phone was ringing.
The hair is hot, but it's brown on the sides.
Carolyn,
Yes.
Nancy.
I was just going to say, Scooter went to the bathroom just in case you wanted to call her. She could get to her phone, okay?
Okay.
I'm going to go down and chat. Bye.
It's either saying there's two things. Something saying is Shawnee. And then this one is saying.
Oh my god.
That was a great opportunity.
Shiny. Sounds like a nice glass.
Oh my gosh, Nancy.
Yeah, it has like a round stamp. It says 39, I think.
Oh, that's great.
This one has a pretty face written on it.
She's gonna start putting people on panel.
It says on planner if anyone's interested. Okay, Jackie Burns, not Royal Dalton.
Poor Carol.
Well, there's no printed leather.
Garner, leave her alone.
Oh, that was great.
Thank you, Deb.
I'm seeing them say
The
vintage
shop.
MCM pony planters.
What's MCM stand for?
Right, Bridget.
It's from the 1950s.
Davita's
Yeah.
church.
Pink, but it is brown with the pink vein. This neat little flower here is a vintage Art Deco.
She probably is,
Horse
Beth.
planter. How cute is this brown pony with its pink mane and tail? Maybe it's just trying to show a bit of their own personality. It is hand painted and has a clear glaze.
Davita.
She just likes the way they look.
We're caught up now. Lexi had us
You're
catch up.
freaking me out with the hands.
With the bloody hands.
Yeah, that's what it reminds me of prom scene.
Type in chat and ask if we're banned.
Maybe I'm gonna have to know that to somebody else.
Oh, that's great.
If I win it.
That is great.
Garner got one of your paper scraps.
Yeah, it came out of here. It was my bookmarker. I'll go ahead and read these since Carolyn is going to flip out. I've kept it all these years. I'm going to read these and then we're going to be done.
Oh my gosh.
Because she won't come play. She's being all serious and stuff, like Bridget said. We're all like a bunch of kids. It's fun. Being all responsible. That's right. Here's a sleigh this person kept all
I'm
these
going to
years.
bed now.
Okay.
I
Good night.
guess. Good night.
Have a good sleep.
Good night, guys.
Love ya.
Love you too.
It says the sleigh above was our parents' winter transportation to the grocery store and church in the early 1900s when hitching posts were available where parked cars now stand. During the winter, oh, we're right into the new chat now. Yep, took us right to the new one. Tracy Kloss said, have fun with burnt hot dog.
Okay.
She works with her in the morning. And Bridget said good night. Hi, Anna.
Good night.
Davita said good night.
Good night, everybody.
Lisa said good night. And Beth and everybody said good night.
Good night, everybody.
Nancy and Em and everybody. So during the winter, we brothers would be tucked under heavy blankets and trips across the ice-covered Rock River of Wisconsin to visit relatives. While we visited, the horse would rest in our uncle's barn. From Victor Bennett in Wisconsin. Oconomowoc, Wisconsin. Even thought it's a holly. Oh, well, even though it's a, yeah. Well, because she just, it's their office. Barney works in the office, so she just, takes Lexi maybe 1 or 2 days a week when Lexi wants to work and takes her in for a couple hours with her. Finds stuff for her to do to make a little bit of money. Nice to know you. It looks like she's going to be Davita. Umbrella stand. This umbrella stand was one of 3 made by my maternal grandmother from pieces of broken dishes and other items attached to a sewer tile with mortar. She lived near the Buffalo, New York Pottery Company. And at day's end, she'd collect broken dishes thrown away there. She also used pieces of my mother's doll dishes and broken heads and hands from China dolls. As children, my 2 brothers and I used to play at trying to recognize things on the stand. In 1960, my late husband, Richard, asked my mother if he could have this one. Mom had had it tucked away under the basement stairs, so she was happy someone liked it. Richard later used it for his collection of canes. Between 1977 and 1995, we moved 5 times, and he made certain that a special box was made just for his umbrella stand. From Janet Dunn, Tonawanda, New York. Look how cool looking that is. Okay, Lisa. Isn't that cool though? Carolyn's going to be sad she missed that one. And then Dump Truck was a Christmas present from my eldest sister, Esther, in 1928. I hauled a lot of sand in it, as did my 2 sons. The crank that hoists the dump bed still works. The truck got a new paint job many years ago. The replica of the gift tag reads, Merry Christmas, 1928, to Alvin from Esther, from Al Krieger, Roseburg, Oregon. Oh my goodness. 1928. Look at that. She can be upset about that too. She likes those red trucks, doesn't she? Jewelry box above was made by my grandfather, who loved a challenge. One of his hobbies after World War II was making these wooden boxes. He'd decorate the lids by copying illustrations from greeting cards with tweezers and minuscule pieces of colored straw, which he stained with household products such as vinegar and beet juice. I received this box when I was about 12, and the picture on the lid was identical to the one on a card I had left for him. I don't know what overwhelmed me more, the perfection of uniqueness of the box or the realization of how much love, time, and effort grandfather had put into making my gift. From Kathy Bryant, Plainfield, Indiana. Nancy. And pedal tractor above is shown being driven by our oldest son, Bob Sandstrom, on our farm near Naperville, Illinois in 1955, and more than 50 years later with his son Michael in tow. Bob's dad purchased the John Deere tractor for him on his 4th birthday. Much later, when Bob took it to New York, it was given a nice coat of paint and has received other refurbishing. From Gladys Sandstrom, Minnewaca, Wisconsin. And I think there's just one more, unless there's... Yeah, just one more. Rubber bull below was given to me by my Uncle George, who had a pool hall and may have gotten it as a prize or promotional item. I named him Ferdinand, and he became my constant companion all through school. I kept him in my desk, and sometimes when I had too many books to carry, I'd forget him. Worried, I would call the principal and ask him to retrieve Ferdinand and lock him in his office until morning. Around the time of 6th grade graduation in 1947, the principal called on me to bring my little bull to the front of the class. Oh, you know what? We should, as soon as I finish this, we should go over there and do one of those bombs, like they did in that Dolly's chat or Dolly's channel last night. You guys want to? we should all, when we go back, when I end, yeah, those bombs, put those in Carolyn's chat. Weren't they saying, Dolly, you've been visited by Dolly or something like that? Hit the like, or I don't know what you say, love bomb, or, but from Scooter. From the scooters, we're all scooters. You're being love bombed from the scooters. Drop all those bombs. Let's see. The principal called on me to bring my little bull to the front of the class. He talked about Ferdinand attending school and gave me a handwritten diploma for him. The paper was unfortunately lost, but Ferdinand went through high school with me. I was married in 1957, and I found a new companion. By then, Ferdinand had lost the end of his tail and his gray horns, so I placed him in a cheese box inside a drawer by our bed. On Ferdinand's stomach is Walt Disney Enterprises, a fiberline latex product, Akron, Ohio, from Patricia Clemens, Exchola, Missouri. That's Ferdinand. Oh, yeah, the scooters. Can you guys do the scooters? A bunch of scooters? I'll do it too, obviously. Okay. Davita, will you do it? Nancy, how about you? Okay. Should we do the bombs or should we do the scooters? And the hearts with it? Yeah, the yellow scooter is, yeah, not the blue one. Kat's got the yellow one. Is Nancy back so she can do it? She said she'd be right back. What about Lisa H? Moo. Okay, we'll wait for her. Okay. Yes, Geraldine. I gotta find them to do it too. It is gonna be funny, right?
The teapot?
Put my light water. I know it's getting kind of dark in here. Sorry.
The teapot, you said?
Okay.
Scooter bombing. It all has to be done at the same time. So just scooter bombing. Okay, Nancy, we're going to do scooter. You know how those love bomb things were last night? We're going to do scooter bombing. Yeah, do it. Yeah.
Have you heard of the Bavaria before?
Like Bridget has a mixture. The scooters and the bombs.
I don't know how much these.
Okay. I got to get the bomb things and the scooter.
And the lid comes off here, and the inside is a little dusty probably. It has holes where you can actually use this valve, like it has holes right there, so it is usable.
1, 2, 3 scooters.
You want to bust it
And then
out.
I'm trying to find that bomb.
A cute little lid.
Yeah.
With the sugar. Trying to show you that pattern.
I can't find the bomb.
And then it has the creamer.
I know it's here because I've seen it before.
You can see the pattern a little bit better.
Okay, guys, I'm going there to do it. Okay, thank you. Bye. We're all missing it. Okay, I'll be there. Love you guys. Thank you. Was fun. Bye. Okay.